Okay, thanks so much everybody for tuning in tonight. It's going to be very short and to the point tonight, but we've got some really important information, and I've got some people who want to share their experiences from this weekend. I apologize, I'm taking the call from the hospital. I'm already back home with my dad, and so I'm going to toss things over to Eva Nightingale, who has been in events and hospitality for almost 30 years, and she has some feedback on what it was like being part of the very first ever corporate event for Bright Life and her experience, and just what she saw and what she experienced herself this weekend as a participant, and then just also looking at it from somebody who's been part of events and conferences that other companies have run. So, Eva, we really appreciate you. I know you're at the airport, so I'm going to let you hop on real quick and share your experience.
Okay, thank you, Wes. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, can hear you.
Okay, excellent. Well, good evening, everyone. I want to start by congratulating Wes on reaching this incredible milestone, and to the entire team with whom I deeply am honored now, really truly honored to work with, have been before, but this just has changed everything for me in so many ways. And this trip was nothing short of transformative for me. While I was aware of the agenda and being behind the scenes, I knew of the experiences and all of the things that we had planned, but I could have never anticipated the profound impact that this would have on me. Having been involved in planning and participating in numerous group travel experiences, many conferences. I used to be in charge of incentive trips and reward trips across various esteemed companies. And I can confidently tell you that this was the most exceptional group trip I've ever experienced. The magic moments were countless. And in our quest for community and friendship, it's rare to encounter, in my mind, a culture as unique and special as this one. And throughout this weekend, I think what it was for me and what I wasn't expecting, and it almost brings tears to my eyes to say that I felt just such a spiritual connection that enriched my life in ways that I never expected. And of course, listening to the leaders share their vision for the future and meeting at each and every one of you and forming in the new friendships that I truly feel are going to be my lifetime friends. So what Wes often here. Wes often says you don't know until you go. This has completely changed the trajectory of how I plan my business and my work, my commitment. And I just see so many things. There's one that I have in mind, and that's I absolutely can't wait to someday bring my daughter. So thank you everyone for your support, your friendship, your love. This was for me a trip of a lifetime.
Awesome, Eva. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. You've done so much to help the team and help the company. And I'm going to highlight your announcements. I know you're boarding, so I know you have to hop off, but we really appreciate you being here. We have some other people that want to share, some people that haven't been doing this for 25 to 30 years. But I think if you can hear from Eva and her voice, we've all lost our voices, by the way. So I don't mean that the actual audio voice, but if you can hear what she's meaning is that this is just a deeper impact. This isn't just a surface level event for a lot of people. I think there were a lot of lives that were genuinely changed. And so I think that that's a massive takeaway from this, especially with the fact that you can now register for the trip to the Atlantis, which is truly going to be the trip of a lifetime. And that will be a bucket list trip, I believe, for a large portion of our members. And so now I'm going to actually bring on somebody else. And so, Anna, if you are available, I'm going to make you co host and I'm going to let you turn on your camera there and you are off mute. And I'm going to add the spotlight here. And so, if you could just share a little bit about you, where you're from, and tell a little bit about your experience, I would like for people to be able to hear from somebody else as well.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anna Bayer, and I spent 25 years in restaurant hospitality. And I have to tell you, this by far was the most, I have to second Eva in saying the most transformative experience of my life. They say to surround yourself with like-minded people and big things will happen. The energy in the room on Saturday and just the vision, Wes, that you laid out for the company is just mind-blowing. My husband and I have been nonstop talking about it, planning, Tim going through the 6-step process, and then Corey Sanders. Never in my 25 years has wellness been presented in such a way, because really that is the basis for all of us, isn't it? We can't do anything without our health. And the fact that you had him speaking there and that was a pivotal point in your mission and your vision is for people to be well. That was just icing on the cake to a wonderful weekend that we had. The hotel accommodations, all of that. The trip was once in a lifetime, obviously, but the lineup of speakers that you had, and just again, surrounding yourself with like-minded people who have the same vision, energy, and the opportunity that we have. When you said, I don't know how you people are sleeping at night, I don't think that we will be for weeks to come because we're just so excited.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Bright Life insomnia coming out of this event. So it's contagious, that's for sure.
100%.
Oh, anything else, Anna, that you want to share before? And could you tell everybody where you live and
Dallas, Pennsylvania. So I'm on Rob Coley and Lance Rent's team.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you being there this weekend, and we're excited to see you in the Bahamas.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Cannot wait.
Awesome. Well, now speaking of Rob, we're going to actually turn things over to Rob next. And there's so many people that could be speaking today. I've gotten so much feedback, but I just wanted to let you guys hear firsthand from people that talked about the impact that this weekend had. And I'm going to highlight everything in just a second. But Rob, I've just made you guys co-host as well. And so you can actually unmute yourself there. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm going to spotlight you guys here so that everybody can see your lovely faces. There we go.
Sorry about the lighting. We're still in Orlando. Dinner went late, so we're actually in the car right now.
No worries. No apologies at all. Enjoy Orlando. Thanks so much for being on with us tonight.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Pleasure, Wes.
Can you tell us a little bit about just what your overall experience was from the weekend and what kind of an impact it had on you and your thoughts leaving the event?
You listen to what Eva and everybody, what you've said. It was a once in a lifetime, but between the accommodations at the hotel, the pool party, the red carpet event at Casa Donna, just top shelf.
Can I just say, Wes, thank you so much, but you have ruined us forever. You have ruined us. We are spoiled now.
This tends to happen. This is the I feel like we should have a warning label on Bright Light. It's like if you're adverse to having fun and making money, you should definitely steer clear because that is going to happen. So
yeah.
No matter what.
I mean, we were able to actually knock off one of our bucket list items last night at the concert for front row tickets to Zac Brown Band, but not only Zac Brown Band, Nico Moon.
Gabby
Nico was so good.
It was fantastic.
Amazing.
Well, I saw you guys having a blast, and I really think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to let you guys share, because it really felt like you guys got the most out of the weekend. I saw you at everything. You played full out. You were sitting close in the training. You were paying attention. You were at the pool party. You were at Casa Donna. You were at the red carpet. You were at the festival. I mean, you were up there as close as you could get to the stage and having fun. And so, I love that you guys got so much out of the weekend and are a testament now to what we're building here and what we're creating here. So I appreciate you guys taking time out of the rest of your vacation to
not a problem
share that with us tonight.
And I think one more thing, Wes, is that your team leaders can explain it to you and tell you how amazing these events are. But until you do it in person, until you're there and you feel the energy in the room, and you experience everything firsthand, I think that you just can't understand it until you're there.
I totally agree, and that's why I wanted to have you guys on tonight and let people hear from, because I mean my phone's been blowing up all day and all weekend. I mean sales have already been pouring in, and people have been saying I met this person at the airport, I met this person at the pool, I met this person at the bar, I met this person at
Mhm.
the concert.
Yep.
You know, here's what's crazy. This is literally I'm sitting at the hospital. I'm in a side room over here that I've basically commandeered, and I just got a message. This is so wild. I didn't even know a friend of mine who lives in Florida, kind of, I mean, he's kind of an acquaintance, but literally, um, in my stories while I was on the plane today, I saw he and his girlfriend were at the festival, but I didn't even, I mean, he's like barely an acquaintance, but I was like, wow, I was like, you guys were at the festival? And he's like, yeah, he goes, I saw your company all over the place. What do you do? And so this is literally the message I just got from him. What do you do? He's like, we saw you all over the place. This is somebody who's like barely an acquaintance, lives further up in Florida, and I didn't even, know that he lived there. And he's like, oh yeah, we came down just for the concert, and it's crazy. I saw your company everywhere, and I'm like, this is what's so wild about what we're doing is that people will just get out of their comfort zone and just see what this is all about and
Yep.
just take a leap and actually follow through and do it and come and enjoy it. I mean, there's going to be people that made far more than what they spent on the trip this weekend and everything, just on the prospects and the people that they met there, plus all the friends that are watching. And
Right.
so I think it's funny because, like you said, Joy, until you've experienced it, until you've done it, you can hear it, and it's like, oh yeah, it'll be good, and it's going to be the best, and it's going to be great, and I'm going to highlight some things about it in just a minute. But you're so right. I mean, until you do it, until you see it, until you experience it, you can't really explain it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
I agree. Well, I'll let you guys get back to your dinner. I appreciate you guys being on, and looking forward to seeing you guys walk the stage at the Atlantis in the Bahamas with all the new ranks that you're going to be getting.
We're so excited.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Wes.
All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to walk you guys through a little bit of a recap from the weekend. And I've got some important announcements here, so I'm going to pull my notes out. First thing I want to do is I want to thank my entire staff, because without them, this weekend would have not been possible. My staff is absolutely incredible, amazing. Not only the internal marketing team, but then also my business partner, Jake Nealon. This weekend is really out of his comfort zone, and it's not, he doesn't like the spotlight. He doesn't like to be on stage. And so, he's a genius. And I think those of you that got a chance to meet him this weekend and spend time with him this weekend, I heard from multiple people. It's like you talk to Jake for like 2 minutes and it's like everybody's like, oh my gosh, my mind is blown. That guy is so smart. He's got, there's so much that he can, teach you, and so much you can learn from him. And so, want to thank them for making everything possible this weekend, because without them, like I said, it would not have been possible. Tiffany and her business partners and the ladies on her team, and then Eva, of course, were so great, and Corey and Sarah, and helping to make sure everything ran smooth, and coming in and traveling and being there to support you guys and being there for everything. I really appreciate it. All of our speakers, David Hughes. I mean, and of course we had probably the most expensive AV equipment that's ever been inside of the Royal Palm Hotel, and that video board is like a $200,000 video board that we used for that day. And we blew the circuits in the meeting room, and David had to do half his presentation without his notes and PowerPoint, but he just killed it and did a great job, and got a lot of great feedback from that. Denson Taylor did a great job as an MC, and then Tim Dominy, his sidekick, Those guys are incredible. Tim Devine, I mean, your message and your thoughtfulness and just your determination and your grit. You and Sonia have been so much a part of our success already as a company, and just supporting us and supporting the company and supporting me. And I appreciate you guys so much. Also, Ray Higdon and Jessica Higdon coming and hanging out with us and spending the weekend with us, and taking time out of their busy schedule. They have a crazy hectic schedule, and they have literally hundreds, if not thousands, of coaching clients in different levels of their coaching program. And to take a weekend out of their life to come spend it with us was an incredible blessing. And so I just wanted to say that first off, everybody that contributed, Corey Sanders, also for helping with Eva at Lotus House, and with all of our other projects that Corey's helped with on wellness. And then, of course, Sarah Gallo for being in and rocking the B2B program. It's so great working with all of these individuals. And so I'm going to walk you through just some of the updates that we talked about this weekend. We have some major tech updates, a lot of which were shown this weekend. Some are being deployed as we speak. In fact, the website has been down intermittently today, and a little bit last night. The servers are being updated. There's a lot of things new that are going on. The deals site that I'll cover in just a minute is going to be the first thing probably that goes live. There are multiple pieces of technology that are being integrated right now. And so keep that in mind. This week, you might see some outage on the apps and on the web while we're doing these updates and while we're putting these in place. So just keep that in mind. If you do see anything, you can create a support ticket, screenshot it. Anytime you guys see anything, a bug or a glitch or something, or have an issue, please screenshot it. When you put a support ticket request in and you all you do is kind of try to describe it, it's not very helpful. You always need to attach some type of a screenshot. And if you could ever let us know what kind of browser you're on, or what kind of app you're on, what kind of phone you're on, that helps us troubleshoot anything. And so just keep that in mind whenever you're posting in the support requests. Keep that in mind. I want to really quick just walk through this weekend and what all was accomplished and what all we did. And I highlighted the staff and everything that they did to make it all possible. Friday was such a blast. We had a pool party at Strawberry Moon, which is the hottest pool party in South Beach. It's crazy to get into. It's like Fort Knox. I mean, they were like super serious because it's so hard to get into that pool if you're not staying at the hotel. Everybody wants to be there. It was great. It was a great scene. We had photographer, videographer all weekend with us, so we're going to have footage. They couldn't get into Strawberry Moon at the pool party, so we'll have some mashup footage. I created a Dropbox folder for all of you that were there for photos and videos. I'm going to put that in the news. Also, I sent it out to a lot of my text groups today, including the Facebook group. And so the Dropbox link is there. So if you have any photos or videos that you think we could include in our mashup and our montage, any good photos with the sign, any good photos at the music festival, any good photos of groups, any video footage of groups, no selfies or anything like that. We're trying to get photos and videos that we could use to put in like our montage video, along with the professional photography that we got this weekend. But then we went to an incredible event at Casa Donna with our red carpet. And I mean, it was just absolutely amazing. That place was first class. I had one of the best meals I've ever had in my entire life. They give us 20% off. They give us free appetizers, free hors d'oeuvres. It was one of the hottest places in Miami. We also had people get guaranteed reservations at Groot Hospitality. We officially announced that partnership this weekend. Eva talked a lot about that, and you'll be hearing more about that as well. And then, of course, the training was all day Saturday, and then a lot of the teams did stuff together on Saturday nights, and some of us went to the music festival on Saturday night as well and saw Carrie Underwood. Just an incredible day on Saturday with all of the speakers and everything that we did. And then on Sunday, we started on Sunday morning at Lotus House, and Lotus House was probably, for me, my favorite part of the weekend, because I just loved the fact that we saw several women and children, and this is the largest women's shelter in the country. And the facility can hold and house up to 1,500 women and children. And at the time we were there this weekend, I think they were around 1,200, which is just mind blowing to me, the number of people that they're helping there. And we had come in right after they had served breakfast. So we helped in the kitchen, we helped clean, we helped organize all the food pantries because a lot of food gets donated from manufacturers and from grocery stores when things get, cans get dinged or things happen or boxes get mismarked or misshipped or whatever. And so it all just kind of comes in and it gets dumped in. And so we organized that stuff. We cleaned it out. There were cleaning projects going on. There were people washing dishes, cleaning stuff up from the breakfast. But we ran into a lot of the kids and women that were there. And, I made it a point to try to, high five and fist bump, all the kids coming in and out. And, it reminds you to really be appreciative of where you are and what's going on in your life because, here's people that, some of them are in hiding, some of them are leaving abusive, domestic violence, relationships, sex trafficking. It's unbelievable to think about what they're going through. And then they also have a lunch program where single moms can come and get lunches if they can't afford to get it, so they can take it to work. So they have a lunch for work. They provide 3 meals a day at this facility, obviously on top of all of the housing and the care. And they do this really cool, they have this cool salon inside where the women can get their nails done and the little girls can get their nails done and get pampered. And they're saying that some of these women have never had this in their life. There's just so many cool things that you got a chance to see and be a part of. But the thing that was so powerful for me was that they told us when we were there that we are the largest group of volunteers from a single group that they've ever had. I mean, and this is an organization that's been around forever. And, to think about the biggest women's shelter, and we just have, in just a few months, our company took the biggest group of volunteers that they've ever had. Everybody was blown away. But all these women and children that saw us and saw us there as somebody who wanted to help and give back, everybody was smiling. They smiled at us. The kids were, giving me high five and fist bumping. And, it was my favorite part of the weekend. And I'll never forget it. And it was an incredible opportunity for us to bond as a team as well and to see it. And these are the types of things that I want my daughter to be a part of. And I think that as you see, we're going to have an incredible opportunity for another service project in the Bahamas. And in the Bahamas, it'll be family friendly. And so you'll be able to bring your children when you come to the Bahamas for Breakthrough 2, you'll be able to participate in the service project and your children will as well. And so this is going to be life changing, not only for you, but for your entire family. So I highly suggest getting your entire family to come to the Bahamas. Now, I want to go through really quick just a few very important announcements that were made. Jake talked a lot about tech. And so, like I said, we have several things that are going on. He talked a little bit about, what the challenges were that we had with travel dollars and about the systems that we're having to build and create because they don't exist, even with our vendors and our merchants. He talked about also a lot of the features that we're adding for our contact management system. So we have a couple of different layers of updates that are coming in. We have a lot of the stuff that Eva's been building and putting into place. And so the deals site that Eva talked about, concert tickets, event tickets, that's all going to be featured in my presentation tonight, by the way. So you'll see all of that in detail tonight. But that's going to go live this week. So that's probably you're going to see that first. That's one of the things that they're working on right now, and they're building it into frames inside of the app. And that's one of the reasons you might see some intermittent outages. And we don't work around the clock. And so some of this is literally live programming coding that's happening on the fly while the site is live. And so if you do see something, if you see a broken button, if you see a broken link, if you see anything that's out of place, no worries, no problem. Just screenshot it. Do a support ticket request. So a lot of Eva's stuff, she told you is coming soon, but the deals is done. That's there. All the Groot stuff is done. We'll be sharing with you how you're going to be able to access the Groot deals. And that's all going to be in my presentation tonight. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of that in just a little bit. But just keep that in mind. A lot of the stuff that Jake was talking about is going to be coming over the next 1, 2, 3 weeks. A lot of it's already been done. It's already been programmed. But like you said, we've got to roll things out in stages. We can't just literally flip the switch with everything on at once, because if anything breaks or if there's anything going going on, we need to know what caused it, where it came from. And so we have to do it in tranches. And so just be patient with us. I know that you're excited about all the announcements and alerts, and we'll get an overall update posted on the corporate news site this week with all the new partners, all the new vendors. It's hard to put specific timelines on some of them going live, but we'll try to give you our best. Now, this week, we're going to do another blitz session of Zooms. And so tonight, we're just going to have one because we had this. So in 31 minutes, I'll be doing the Zoom tonight. And there'll only be one tonight. But tomorrow, on Tuesday, we're going to do the regularly scheduled 9 p.m. Eastern. We're also going to do 7 p.m. Eastern, kind of like we did a couple weeks ago. And those are really good. Remember, you want to try to get people on the 7 so that we can teach them how to get people on the 9. Doing those last minute invitations, those piggyback Zooms were great. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing them. So I'm going to do the new presentation tonight. Then I'm going to do another one tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by another one at 9 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be 6 Central, 8 Central tomorrow, also Wednesday, and also on Thursday. So we're going to do 6 Zooms over the next 3 days on top of the one from tonight. So that's 7 total Zooms that you have access to. Now, don't forget, everybody that attended the training this weekend, you get double travel dollars this week before Friday. So anybody you sign up before Friday, from Saturday until Friday, ends Friday at midnight, those travel dollars will be doubled for you. Okay, so do not forget, it's double pay this week. And you think about it, you sign somebody up for 200, we're giving you 200. Okay, so obviously we cannot do this very long. This is a very limited promotion. We're basically making no money. We're giving it all to you for every sale you get this week. So wait a second, Wes, you're telling me I get 200 and I get it from a customer and I get it right back to me. So it's literally 100% commission for all of you that were at the training this weekend. You get double travel dollars until Friday. So go break the bank, put in as many sales as you can. Those will be updated manually once they post. When regular commission cycles end, you'll see a bump in your travel dollars. And so, if you sign up, 5 people this week, it's $1,000 in free travel. You could pay for your trip to the Atlantis with just 6 sales this week. 6 sales get you a free trip to the Atlantis for you and a guest. That's crazy when you think about it. Okay. Also, the Bahamas Deposit Program. Okay, so if you did not already see, for those of you that were not there, I'm going to share this with you really quick. This is our next breakthrough event. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go to the Atlantis. Now, the lowest price I could find on the Atlantis for our dates was $1,735. Okay, now that was the lowest. There's a lot of them that are like 2,000 or 3,000. We're going to be in the Coral Tower, but we are getting run of the house rooms. And what that means is we get the best available category for our group based on availability. And so it may be even a higher category than this. And some of those rooms are $3,000 to $4,000. There's even some rooms at the Atlantis, the exact same dates, that are $2,000 a night. Okay, so just so you understand, this is $559 per person. This includes all of the taxes, resort fees, and mandatory gratuities. It's all included. Plus, it also includes your ticket to the training. So the tickets to the training are $99. So you're only paying $459 essentially for your entire trip to the Atlantis for 2 people. Okay. So this is available live on the app, on the web. And you can register today by only paying half deposit. So you pay $559, you pay the balance on December 1st, and then you're fully paid. And remember, also make sure your teams know and understand these bookings are non-refundable, even the deposits. The reason that's important is because as soon as you reserve it, this is a prepaid booking. This is a very special contracted rate that we have with the Atlantis. And so it's not us, it's them. This is a non-refundable booking. So if people are like, well, I changed my mind, I can't go, or something came up or whatever, I'm really sorry, but this is just the way a non-refundable booking works. If you want to get travel insurance, please, by all means, get travel insurance for yourself, because these are non-refundable, because that's the way we get the prices that we get, because we have to make a guarantee on the room. rooms. Okay. So keep that in mind whenever your team is making these bookings, that these are non-refundable reservations with the Atlantis. Now, I'm telling you, this is once in a lifetime. This is the best week of the year. For them, it's their busiest week of the year. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day are the two biggest days of the entire year for the Atlantis Resort. Their fireworks show on New Year's Eve is the best I've ever seen. I've been there for 3 of my last 4 birthdays. My birthday is New Year's Eve. And I've been there. It's incredible. And we're going to be there literally 3 days later. And so the rooms are literally over $1,000 a night during these days. We're on the weekend after New Year's Eve. It's crazy that we got this deal. So do not wait. This is going to sell out. In fact, I was blown away by how many of you have already booked. And so please go get it booked, because if you guys will book and we sell it out this week or next week, we'll go try to get some more rooms. But this is going to sell out. So go get your rooms reserved, even if it's just with the deposit of $559. The deposit program ends Friday. So if you want to use the $559 deposit, you have to pay your deposit by Friday. After Friday, you have to pay in full. Okay, just want to make sure everybody understands that. Really important. And the double travel dollars ends Friday night at midnight. And remember, this week, every night, 2 Zooms, except for tonight. So Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, 2 Zooms. And so you have double the chances to double your income with double travel dollars. So double, double, double all this week. So double Zooms, double pay, double travel dollars, all of that. It's so great this week. I want you to all know that it made me so proud and happy this weekend. It was literally a dream come true, seeing all of you guys there, seeing you have such a good time. I was literally walking around Saturday at the music festival, just looking at our people and kind of standing back. And I mean, it really was an emotional night for me, and an entire weekend, getting a chance to see you guys just living in the moment, holding up your signs, dancing around, singing, drinking, having a good time. All weekend at the pool party, at Casa Donna, at the training, seeing the lives that are being changed and seeing the impact that we're making. And so I just want to tell everybody again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for believing in me, believing in us, believing in the corporate team. And I'll see you guys right back here in about 23 minutes with all your guests. So please invite. And if we don't see you tonight, we'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Eastern, for double presentations, double Zooms, and double travel dollars. Thanks, guys. Good night.